Hey everyone, Maestro here. I am the football enthusiast. Hope you are all well. So, today, this is the preview for Real Madrid versus Manchester City, this first of the two semi-finals during this year's Champions League, the other semi-final being tomorrow, same time with Inter Milan and AC Milan. Now, this video, I'm going to give my preview on Madrid and City and my thoughts on the match and my predictions for the match, and where I think the game could be won for Madrid and or won for City. Now, firstly, before I start, I do want to mention I won't be making a preview for Inter Milan versus AC Milan because I'm simply not educated enough about that fixture. I watch Premier League, I watch La Liga, I watch Champions League, of course, I watch French League because of PSG and Messi. I do watch the major games in Serie A and Bundesliga, but not all of them. There's only so much time in the day, of course, as you know. So I don't know enough about most teams. I have my predictions, but I don't have enough information to make a good prediction that you guys maybe should think, like, that you guys should really hear from. You know, I'm not that educated, but I know Madrid, I know City, and I have my thoughts. And let's get started. So, start by saying this. I fully expect a Manchester City win during this tie. Now, during this fixture, I also expect a Man City win. Why? Simply put, there's not much detail that needs to go into it. It's just because I believe Man City to be just the significantly superior team. I prefer Man City's attack to Real Madrid's, their midfield to Real Madrid's. I prefer their defense to Real Madrid's defense. Now, the only place where I prefer Madrid over City is their goalkeeper. That's just not enough. I also prefer Man City's coach, Pep, over Ancelotti. Now, I do know Ancelotti at this exact same stage last season got one over Pep, but ultimately I do think Pep still to be the best manager. Now, let's talk about last season. We just touched on it just now. This exact same fixture happened last season in Real Madrid's crazy run that I will remember forever, in which they had their backs against the wall against PSG, Chelsea, and this City side, and pulled through against all three. So, does that game have does it hold something over this match? Could it be in their heads for both these teams? It could be. And I think that is where maybe Madrid could actually pull through. Now, let's talk about that. How could they pull through? That mojo. Because don't tell me it's not real. That mojo, that feeling, the belief that's installed into this side, it's real. It's not just about having the players good enough. It's about having that belief in the squad, and the belief is very much there for Real Madrid. That belief was the back of how they won the Champions League last season. All right, it's not just that they were good players. They had some sort of just belief in general. I don't know why I'm trying to find a different word for it, but their belief was installed into that side. That badge on their shirt, it is some sort of enhancer for these players, and it worked last season. And it is a possibility that maybe with that they will be as focused as they've been all season, as sharp as they've been all season, and as ready to go, and ultimately in the best form they've been all season. Because that's what needs to happen for Madrid to win. Modric, Cruz, Valverde, specifically the midfield and the defense, need to be on point. The midfield is why I highlighted, because in most football games are won and lost in the midfield. And that's more so prevalent with Man City. If Modric and Cruz and Valverde can find themselves to be playing the best games of their season, because that is what's needed here. And in playing at that level, they can be as helpful on defense and understanding of the danger and being in the right positions for a possible interception, etc. As well as being as smart as ever on the attack, playing the right pass at the right time. Then there is hope. If their defense, Alaba, Militao, can pull off a performance that I honestly don't think that they're capable of, and play at the level of just an elite centre-back pairing, then maybe they can pull it off. If Carvajal and Camavinga, who will go up against it with Grealish and Silva, and when Mahrez comes on too on the other side, if they can also solidify themselves defensively, then maybe, and only then, maybe, if all that comes together, the front three of Junior, Benzema, Rodrigo can pull off something special and nick a goal and nick a win. Now, none of that is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Lightning won't strike twice. I don't believe it. The reason why, first of all, it's lightning. It's very rare. Secondly, this City team is ready. They're here and they're ready for this. They've failed. They failed last year and the year before and the year before. But Pep and these lads, the fear that could be installed into them from last season, I think could be what will help them now. Because fear is a good motivator. It is. And it can do good as much as it does bad. And I think they're ready. They're not going to be caught out. They're not going to be found with their pants down. They are ready. I expect a full, complete performance from these lads. From the defense to the midfield to the attack. Now, I expect Madrid to get a goal because it's the Bernabeu, but I also expect a retaliation of at least 2 goals. And I expect a Man City win of around 2-1 to 3-1. I'll say 2-1 just to be a bit more calm, but if it's 3-4, I wouldn't be surprised. This team is ready. I've said it twice already, I'll say it again. They are ready. I don't expect any hiccups from them. And I think they'll just prove themselves to be far, far too much for this Madrid side. Modric and Kroos are great, but they are old and they aren't what they were. I know people like to say that Modric and Kroos, they've still got it. Yes, they've still got the level that is needed to be a top player, but not what they were. But they aren't what they were before. They're not. They're still good, but they're just not what they were before. And the front three, people love Vinicius. He's got huge credibility in the world of football. People really, really enjoy him. I do think he's a good player, but I don't rate him as highly. And the same goes for Rodrigo. I don't rate Rodrigo as highly as others do, or Vinicius. I do think they're both fine players, but in what they're going up against, I think it will be too much for them too. Camavinga is a fine player, but I think in this game, he could very well be exposed as a player yes, he can play at left back, but should not play at left back against a side like City. I think that is what could happen. Now, these aren't the final sides, final 11s. This is just the possible lineups. What will probably happen, essentially. Look, it says right on the cursor, you can see it right here. But yes, they probably play this team. And if that's the case, yeah, with Ferland Mendy out, I just to sum up, they will be too much for Madrid, Man City, in every way. I don't see Pep making those stupid decisions again. I think he'll have learned and be what is needed for this team to pull through. And yeah, that's my prediction for this game. Now, other things that kind of solidify what I'm saying is form. Madrid are in good form. They're in okay form. They lost against Sociedad, essentially pulling them out of the title race for good. But they did just win the Copa del Rey. It's a trophy. It's something that they've celebrated, and it's a huge boost for any team. And it could be something. But also City, look at their form. My goodness, look at this. Win, draw. Win, draw, win. Their last loss was against Tottenham. I don't even remember that loss. When did that happen? That's how far it was. They are in fine form. And it's not just like results. Because sometimes form can lie. Like the results can lie. The level they're playing is also just insane. We were always asking ourselves, can City to revert to how they were last season because of how they started this season? Not only have they reverted to how good they were, they're even better. They've surpassed what they were last season. And Madrid, who, yes, they started the year very, very well, thinking that they would surpass what they were. Ultimately, I think they're a bit worse, if not maybe just the exact same as to what they were last season. And I don't think that, for me, will not be enough this time around. Yeah. That's my thoughts, my predictions for this tie. I think Man City to win around look, I think they'll get the win here at Madrid, and at Etihad it will be comfortable. Yes, I know a lot of you guys are saying this happened. We thought this last year, and look what happened. I expect City to be as focused and as ready as ever to make sure that that never happens again. I believe even if Madrid were to play like they did last season against City, they would still lose, because I believe City will be ready than never before. So that's my thoughts, guys. That's my predictions on this fixture. Now, in case you care, my predictions for the other tie. Once again, I'm not making a video on this because I don't have enough education about this tie. I am though predicting I'm predicting Inter Milan to win this tie, because they do have the current bragging rights against them. In recent form against AC Milan, they do look better. They have beaten them twice in a row. And also in form, I think, yes, AC Milan with an emphatic win against Napoli in Champions League. Inter Milan do look kind of pretty darn great as of recent. You know, with Juventus wins, Lazio wins 6-0, 2-0 against Roma away. They look pretty darn good. So I'm going for Inter Milan in that tie, and Madrid. Sorry, Man City in the tie coming up tonight. So that's my thoughts, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. It helps out a lot. Please subscribe for more so you guys can keep up with my next videos. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and as always, take care of yourself.